Well, hello there. Welcome to episode 5 of Around the Barrel with my good friends Douglas.
Hello.
Say hey, Doug.
I just fucking did.
Shut up. Jason, say hey.
Hey. It's
Cash.
Jason.
Hi, this is Cash.
And then who's that? Who's that pretty young thing sitting at the end of the couch? Oh,
What the hell of a name?
We're gonna put that mouth to use later.
What'd that mouth do? Complain.
He's gonna taste Jason's lightning.
That's what it needs to do.
For all of you who aren't familiar with that voice, that is our aptly named friend Courtney.
It's got a girl's name.
So today we're gonna start off with, of course, pretty sure all of you are thinking about it, the butts of Overwatch. Just kidding. Overwatch as a whole.
I've been thinking
A
about those.
butthole.
Mainly the whole butt.
But for real,
butthole.
but for real though, Overwatch launched successfully and surprisingly with hardly any server issues.
Yeah, I know Blizzard's notorious for that. I remember the D3 launch.
It was
Era
terrible.
32.
Yep.
Oh my god.
The day the world fell apart.
We've been waiting 9 years for
It was
this,
12.
and I can't even log in.
Well, I waited 2 weeks for it and I couldn't log in for 2 minutes.
Oh man, life's hard.
Dude,
I told you to finish your fucking pudding before we started.
for them being so successful as they are, like I said, I'm very surprised that their servers didn't shit all over the place. I was only kicked about twice as opposed to our buddy Hef.
And that was for hacking.
It was.
That was a miracle.
I was aimbotting with Reinhardt actually.
Bam, hammer.
100% headshot, right?
100% headshot rate. Our buddy Hef, though, was DCing like crazy. He would get into a game and just immediately disconnect. Kept sending me messages like, I'm gonna sit this next 4 or 5 out because I just keep DCing.
Because this is BS.
Yeah, this is dumb. I paid $60 to get kicked off games.
That's waiting for you. They take your money and they give you crap.
Yeah, I mean, just
Server
look at,
Simulator 2016.
just look at Heroes of the Storm.
Well, you
Calling
guys, you
out
guys are
Blizzard.
on you guys are on PC and I'm playing it on the Xbox One, and servers on there have been pretty solid. Like, I got
Did you-
kicked.
you
I got
guys
kicked
hear anything?
once on opening day.
Well, wait,
Did you
does
guys
it-
hear something? Is that a console pleb? I can't quite hear it.
Wait, does the
You're dead to me.
You're dead to me. You're dad to me.
does Overwatch on the consoles, does it run off Blizzard servers or does it run off the Xbox?
Yeah, that's my question. Is it Xbox servers or is it still Blizzard servers?
From my understanding, it's Xbox servers.
I
That's
assume
from my
so.
understanding.
Okay.
Which are practiced and stable.
Yeah.
Exactly. As opposed to
That's
Got it.
That's debatable. Let's be real.
what's
The how stable like the Xbox servers are.
You
I
think?
mean, more stable than most release servers.
I told you to eat your pudding before we started.
I'm eating my pudding.
I told you to eat it before.
You can't have your pudding if you don't eat your meat.
Let him eat his tiny box of liquid poop.
Thank you.
Jesus.
Can we get back to the Overwatch? Thank you.
Sure.
do you think it'll
Jeez.
eventually
I mean, that's
be?
why we're here.
Do you think it'll eventually be cross-platform, like
I hope
PC?
so.
They're working towards Xbox One and PS4 cross-platform.
Okay.
However, Blizzard.
I would.
Yeah.
That's never gonna happen.
I've heard Microsoft themselves say they're trying to cross-platform Xbox and PC because it's
They're-
their things.
Yeah.
Well, I read.
But
Actually, I read
PS4.
I can't remember what the website might have been. Game Informer back in April saying Blizzard will not do PC and Xbox One because they feel PC has an inherent advantage with the mouse,
Oh.
which it makes sense.
You are technically more precise with a mouse.
You
but
are.
DPI,
I mean, in a
motherfucker.
seasoned controller player versus a seasoned keyboard player,
Yeah.
there's more precision with a mouse and keyboard.
Just
You
look
can
at
also
those.
turn around way faster.
Oh yeah.
than
Yeah,
that.
the 360 turn or just the
The
180.
Wait,
What if you live in the old generation?
360 no scope.
wait,
360
you
no
guys
scope?
aren't
That 5-star
keyboard
VR.
turning? Keyboard turning's not a thing anymore. I need to catch
You
up.
guys don't use the arrow keys to aim?
I use Q and E to actually turn.
I move with WASD and aim with the arrows.
And I look up and down with page up and page down.
You should see me move on that keyboard.
Sitting there like got his tongue pressing like the space bar.
No, he's playing Death Knight. He's smashing his face on it.
So how's like the overall experience been with Overwatch so far? Is there like anything majorly different between like when it was released in beta a couple weeks ago and now
Not-
released?
I mean, a lot more people to make me angry.
I have noticed,
Duh.
however,
That's just the internet, man.
during the first beta, before they did open, so I guess you can call it closed, whatever, Widowmaker didn't do enough damage. And then during beta, she did a little bit more damage for her charged up snipe.
Mm-hmm.
And then on release, she can one-shot you with a fully charged snipe
Yep.
anywhere, unless you're a tank, for the most part. And it's,
Is that anywhere on the body?
yeah, like head to about waistline.
What's like a
She can one-shot
what
you.
3-second charge is it?
No, they never changed the charge time.
Well, what is the charge time on it?
Let's see.
It's like 2.5, maybe 3
2.5, maybe 3 seconds?
Yeah.
And
I've seen about
realistically,
30.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Because I mean,
fine
you're
But the
standing still in a
damage
first-person
output.
shooter at that point, so I mean,
But-
it seems kind of okay.
Well, the
If
counter
you're-
sniper is Hanzo, and Hanzo takes that much time, if not longer, to fully draw an arrow.
But he
back.
can still move, though, can he?
And you can one shot.
Yeah, and it's
Hanzo
just as
well.
slow as she is, though. That's the thing.
If you're dumb enough
But
to
at the same
stand
time, you're
still,
not zooming in on somebody. Like, you have to actually be looking through her scope.
You want to know what the counter to a Widowmaker is? Another fucking Widowmaker.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't.
But then you've got one Widowmaker just shooting one, and the other one pops up,
or
shoots it,
or
and
a
then they just go back
Reaper
and
or a
forth.
Genji. Like, to me, I'm okay with where Widowmaker is.
I'm
The
not.
game's also been out for what? Like,
A week.
not even a week.
3 days.
Yeah,
A week.
This is too
Yeah.
early to be
3
calling
days.
people overpowered. Like, it's just we don't know how to deal with them yet.
I mean,
They're not
we know
necessarily.
that.
I've not had any issues with Widowmaker. Not trying to sound like a badass because I do suck at the game. But like I play harass characters. I play like Tracer and I play Diva a bunch.
Because you can't hit something you can't see if you're playing Tracer.
Correct. And like I back on harass. Widowmaker I don't have an issue with.
See, I play McCree. McCree is a tank shredder, so I'm fighting their front line, and Widowmaker sees me and it's like, alright, later. Pow!
That's why you need to stay behind the rectangle.
Yeah, I feel
When there's no rectangle to stand behind.
I feel like
I gotta
Tracer.
stand behind the diva.
I feel like Tracer and probably maybe Junkrat would probably be.
Junkrat could use a nerf.
No, well, that's what I mean. I feel like those could be two counters to Widowmaker.
Junkrat needs a nerf. He's
I
so
think-
strong.
I think Junkrat's fine. I just forgot what I was gonna say.
Rip ideas.
Rip ideas. He's a stronger Pharah. Let me finish my thought real quick. I think he's a stronger Pharah with a little bit more versatility. Yeah, she can jump up in the air and hover there for a second. Her projectiles travel slower, deal the same amount of damage as if you hit directly as Junkrat's do. And Junkrat can shoot kind of more versatile because it bounces off walls and shit. Plus it's all
That's what I mean. Like you get
Ricochet.
like a Widowmaker who's in like these like little cubby
Pharah's
holes or
got-
whatever, or like in a bridge that has like those like little archways in them that you can kind of
Yeah.
poke out of. He can just sit there and just start bouncing those off those inner
But
walls and
Pharah's
like
got
start
a
tagging
booty.
her.
Aha! I remember. Torbjorn. Fuck Torbjorn. That was it.
I love Torbjorn, man. He's so
What
good.
was that freaking like Underwatch?
The funny thing was, we watched the Underwatch video by Carbot Animations. Check them out if you haven't. They basically spoof a bunch of Blizzard games, this and that. After watching that video, played a game today where the same exact thing happened, where Torbjorn got killed, got the play of the game, and his turret did all the damage. And I was like, fucking bullshit.
As
Getting
McCree,
like triple kills.
As
Yeah.
McCree, I stun, go in and fan the hammer. Always kill that turret first. Oh, I don't care if Torbjorn's on the other side of the map. That bitch is going down.
Fan the hammer sounds dirty.
Does this turret really do that much damage?
Dude,
Yeah,
it
it
does
does a
all
lot
of
of
his
damage.
Oh,
damage.
really? Okay.
I've gotten a team kill
What's
after I've died
What is
with
it?
his
Wow.
turret.
What is his gun? Is it like a
It's like
shotgun or?
it
You
shoots
can do a
molten,
shotgun,
but-
and you can do a single shot. It just whether you left or right click.
Yeah, right click is closer, does more damage closer, of course, but the left click is longer and it's stronger on headshots.
I will.
think.
I don't know, but I will say there have
It's
been
like shooting a
moments when
railgun.
I'm playing
Oh, okay.
Torbjorn and I will molten core when I'm not even there, but my turret is, just because it does
And you
so
get
much
you
damage.
get a triple kill. It's disgusting, and it's amazing at the same time.
I'm honestly surprised Cat's not playing a lot of Torbjorn, is he?
Not
He's
really,
played a little
no.
bit. He's playing more Lucio
Yeah,
and
he's-
Mercy right now.
He's
Yeah.
playing supports. He likes.
Oh, I
healing.
love Mercy.
And
Mercy's
I
so
love,
much fun.
When I play with Hef, I love playing with Hef, man, because he's like, oh, the McCree, he's going in. He needs heals, and then he just is like, revive.
That's so funny that you said that because I remember watching you play the beta and you were like, "Fuck Mercy, I can't play this character." You were just getting so salty because you kept getting like destroyed.
Okay, well, since we're talking about who's good at what, Jason, you don't play Overwatch, but if you could play, who would you play?
Whoever has the nicest butt.
Diva. Diva. Hell yeah.
Seen a little bit of tank gameplay, but mostly I'm gonna stick with the medics. I love to be the guy right behind the hero who just keeps getting those points reviving.
I think he'd be a good
reviving.
Lucio player.
I can see you playing Lucio.
Dropping fat.
Basically,
beats.
Lucio is here I come, I am Cinnamon guy, and he stands behind the entire team and heals them just by standing next to them.
Oh wow!
And
He doesn't have
every-
to like press. It's not like a weapon or anything.
He has a weapon.
He has a weapon.
It does
but
very
your
low
heal,
damage.
You don't have to do anything for other than just be present.
And
Just
you're,
be existing.
you have
Okay.
abilities, and one of them is on your E key if you're playing computer, and whatever the button is for Xbox. But
I don't play Lucio.
you basically pump up the volume, and you just increase your heal for like a few seconds.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's
Oh my
gross.
god! And is area effect around you like an aura around you?
Yep, if you're standing next to all of your 5 teammates, you're healing all of them at the same
Does
time.
Lucio have a voice line? Turn it up to 11, because if not, I'm gonna be very sad.
Prepare to be very sad.
Yeah, it's pretty very sad.
What of all like voice lines they could come up with references, why they didn't pick that one kind of makes me angry.
I mean, he is dead mouse.
Oh.
He's dead frog. He's dead frog.
If we got it all the way up to 10, where do you go from there? We go to 11.
Doug, who do you say you main?
Whatever we need.
Yeah, I'm
Doug,
with you on
yeah.
that.
You're just the filler.
It's up to the team needs.
Doug does main Phil. I'll give you that. I've always done that for League and other games that we play too.
I really enjoy playing Hanzo and Genji, but I am terrible at Genji.
I think everyone's terrible at Genji.
You just have to
Like-
lead,
like
you have
all
to
I-
lead a lot with him, don't you?
Oh, yeah, you have to. Basically, the way I end up playing Genji is I'll see them, find the corner they're hiding behind, and then just constantly throw my shurikens there, hoping that eventually
Just
one
waiting.
of them will hit.
Waiting for the next 2 minutes to them to like actually walk into that spot.
Yeah, he's pretty dirty. His E, which is the counter, the one where it deflects projectiles, you can shred anything with that as long as you're shooting.
That seems OP.
Charge
Because you're
forward and
you're mitigating
and deflect
damage
projectiles
and
as you're
reflecting it
charging?
back at people.
There's a dude named Roadhog. His ultimate is he slams a grinder on top of his gun and just starts chewing up metal.
You know
It
the
just
junk jet from
spreads
Fallout 4?
everything.
Yes.
It's essentially that.
Oh, that's bad.
If a Genji stands in front of him and blocks it all, he can kill him with it. He's
It's hilarious.
disgusting. He can also reflect a Hanzo arrow before it turns into dragons. It's like, you know, the guy that shoots the arrow and it's like...
Is it just random reflection, or does it go back to the fire?
It goes directly back the direction it's facing. So, like, if he
awesome.
dashes in front and then pops up as a reflection. Wow, I'm having a stroke. Hits it when it's an arrow before it bursts. You can shoot it back as dragons. At whoever finds it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gross.
yeah, that
That's cool.
sounds super broken.
I have
Yeah.
not witnessed that yet. Thank
I've
think
seen
that-
it once during the closed beta, and I
That's cool.
shit my britches. It was amazing.
I think the only characters that I've had like continued success with though are like 76, Reaper, and Mercy.
Cash.
Zach, who do you main?
Who do I main? I mean, my main.
Here I come, I am saying name on.
I wish Lucio's a fun character, but I made McCree. I like getting up in the faces and bow, 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 and then getting healed up by half.
I'm Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, it feels good. And his high noon, it rustles my jimmies when I hear him say it. Every time.
Well,
I
can
hear
you do
it,
an
it's
impression?
I actually know people who play like Overwatch religiously now that's out. And I have a buddy of mine, he's just like, I fucking hate McCree. I fucking hate him. He's like, every time I hear it's high noon, it's like, I just get so fucking angry. And then I'm usually dead.
All you have to do is not stand in the open
Yep.
or get behind Reinhardt. I know how to counter him because I play him.
You know what I've noticed a lot of people, especially those who play Reinhardt, that just haven't noticed is anytime you Reinhardt ult into a shield, it doesn't affect the people behind them at all.
Yep.
Every game that I play as Reinhardt and people do that to me at the shield, I just laugh.
Yeah, I always, when I'm playing McCree and there's a Reinhardt on the enemy team, and it's high noon happens, I see that Reinhardt shield go up, and I'm like, alright, well, there's 3 people I can't kill. Let's see if I can find anybody else before this 10-second timer's over. He's disgusting. I hate Reinhardt.
He's great.
He's the best tank in the game.
He's great.
And he's the one who pushes the weird shield forward. Yeah.
Yep, get
The-
behind
the
the, fucking
rectangle.
rectangle.
The rectangle. Yeah.
Yeah.
The person I'd probably play, I have yet to play Overwatch at all. I'd probably play Reinhardt because I kind of like the beefy like bruiser type characters, especially like from playing League of Legends. That's always been the ones I went to. But if I did play, I'd definitely probably try Reinhardt first.
He's a lot of fun.
That and I like making rectangles.
Yeah, I hate playing against him, but I love having one on my team, especially when you have to push a payload. Because you can get a Bastion to hop up on top of the cart
And
go
get
on
in
the
front of
turret,
him,
and then
yeah.
Reinhardt just gets in front of him.
Yep.
Or you can get a
I've seen
Winston.
that.
You can get a Winston and
Geometric.
slam that bubble down.
I was
Yeah, it's
playing
amazing.
the other day where they did that with the Bastion Reinhardt, and I was playing Mercy, damage boosting the Bastion the entire time.
Oh, you are
that's
fancy.
It was
gross.
fantastic.
Worst person. Jeez, oh.
You're the person who shatters other kids' dreams.
Yeah. Play of the game.
Return.
Yeah.
Return
And it's
the game.
the play of the game. It just shows you just standing there in the
Holding
bubble,
the
just
staff.
holding the staff and just like feeding him juice.
With like my tongue halfway out of my mouth.
Courtney, who would you say you main? I think we've said her name a few times.
Oh my god. I don't know.
Don't be such a diva about it.
rude. I
Get
jumped
the
back and
fuck out
forth.
of here, Doug.
Last night, I had a revelation where I finally got good with Tracer. So I've been playing like a fuck ton of Tracer recently. I
Yeah.
love her.
I can't
Oh my
get it
God.
down. She's too fast.
You love Sonic. How do you not like Tracer?
Yeah.
She's not as fast.
Gotta go slow.
Ugh.
Gotta go.
Gotta
sometimes
go.
slow.
Gotta go
mildly.
medium
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
mildly fast.
playing the cowboy that dashes a foot in front of him. Let's be real.
No, I absolutely love Tracer now. I'm getting decent with her. I also love Diva. I love harassing. I love being
Yeah.
backline harassed, and both those characters are built to backline harass.
Yeah,
He was pretty great.
I came downstairs and he was sitting there playing Overwatch, and I was watching him for a second, and he was just sitting there making plays, just in there, just like people were like around the corner, he would just like spray him and just juke, like he'll do like the little dash and just juke right behind him and start spraying him again. They're just sitting there like looking around trying to find out where he went.
My sensitivity is one.
And he was like,
Story of my life.
I learned this from Halo.
Who's that?
Lower sensitivity makes you more precise, right?
What's there be like Widowmaker players that play like that? It's like, I'm gonna get you. They're moving faster than they can keep up with their heads. Like,
That would hurt
I'm
me.
gonna get you.
But no, I love Tracer, I love Diva, and Mercy. Mercy's just awesome. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm in love with that character.
Everybody says she's like overpowered as like a support.
No, I don't
Not
think
really.
so.
I think all the supports are pretty well off right now.
I don't know. Like if
There's
they,
only like 2
Symmetric
supports.
can be overpowered with those 6 turrets she can throw out.
Offensive Symmetra.
Oh
There's
my
a thing
God.
called a car wash where she sets all of her turrets out a doorway.
I found
And
out
somebody
that
walks
today.
in and they just get power washed to death. It happened to me, and I've never been so angry at a video game.
Yeah.
and you've avoided
can't-
every doorway ever since.
And they slow you down when they
So-
they hit you, so you step in and you're like, oh,
New
why am I
idea
slow?
then.
Is there a May?
Tourbillon
Nope.
turrets,
6 turrets.
Bastion, Reinhardt, symmetric turrets, all on a payload with a Mercy, and
Oh
maybe a
my
Lucio.
God.
Wow.
So we're playing this tonight, right?
We can
Yeah.
call it what is it? The sea urchin.
Also-
So much shit sticking
What do we
on
call
it they
it?
can kill.
Overpowered watch.
Overpowered.
Also, me and Hef played a game last night where we were all Winstons with 2 Lucios. We won in under a minute.
Winston, play the game.
It was done so fast that no one got their ultimates.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Wow.
Holy lord.
Somebody actually did that. I can't remember who was playing it. I was watching some video, and they're like, "Hey, everybody, just go all Winstons," and so they all did.
And
And
like
like,
Donkey, actually.
I was thinking it was probably Donkey, and he was like, "Okay, everybody go Winston," and like as soon as like the gate opens, they all just launch up in the air, and they're all like like the other team's just waiting outside for them, and they all just like drop down and use them to start just shooting the lightning gun at them, just fucking them up.
Christ.
It was insane.
That's
And I'm pretty
amazing.
sure they won that one as well. It was like all Winston's, like I think one person may have went Mercy or like just a completely different character. It was so
Oh,
funny.
that's great.
That is absolutely amazing. Good lord.
Multiple monkeys.
Have you guys played Co-op VAI on it yet to like test it out? Some
Played
games-
what?
Co-op VAI.
I played the Brawl thing, which was pretty fun.
I played
Yeah,
Brawl
that's
today
pretty
too, like where the cooldowns are like halved.
Instant.
Tracer on that is fucking...
Yeah,
Jeez.
I found that out today. Yep,
Bye.
you literally just like you click it like once every almost a second, and you're just good to go. It never stops.
That's disgusting. Good lord.
It's great.
But no, I haven't tried co-op versus AI yet.
I haven't either. That's one thing that I do want to try because I know that like if you look at some other games like League of Legends, their co-op VAI was pretty garbage to start with, and then it got better. And Smite's was always terrible. Paragon's is pretty good.
Paragon's also just better.
Yeah. Whenever you look at just what company has money, you can kind of put better into that AI there.
I haven't Paragon. I'm not a big fan of MOBAs, I guess, but Paragon caught my eye. It looks really cool. How is it?
Paragon is fun. It's beautiful though.
Yeah,
Like,
it
It
is.
is absolutely gorgeous.
I mean, it's an Epic Games game.
Okay.
Like it's amazing and it's wonderful, and they're still like adding to it
the
constantly.
only thing that I don't know how I feel about with Paragon is the way they do their item system with the cards. It's a little weird for me. I don't know if it's just because it's so different from everything else, or if I just haven't wrapped my head around it yet. I just don't know how I feel about it.
So to explain what he means by like with cards is you've got like 4 or 5 item slots, but you don't buy 4 or 5 items. You buy 3 potions and 2 items, and then you upgrade the items with other cards. So like if you've got a shop that you can pick 6 items from, you can build according to how the game is going. But like say you're playing a caster character and you've got the choice of a staff that gives health and cooldowns, a staff that gives health and mana, a staff that is like majorly boosting your power, a ring that gives mana per minion kill and it stacks, and you know, so on and so forth as an example. You buy that staff that gives you a bunch of power, well, that's it, you've bought that item. But then from there you can upgrade it 4 times. Like you can give it mana, greater mana, health, greater health, cooldown, greater cooldown, damage, greater damage, and then I think percentage of whatever on kills per minion.
It's kind of like a lot less items, but you can customize those items.
in so many ways.
Okay.
Like you could buy that tank staff, the health and mana, and then just stack damage on it. and then you've got a well-rounded item.
Okay,
It's pretty interesting.
I can see that.
Yeah, it took me a while to get the hang of, but I haven't played it since they've gone into beta. It's been.
They just
they've been
came out
telling
with a
us-
new character recently.
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting though. Like, if you decide to get into computer gaming,
Windows.exe.
suggest check it out. What?
That's their new characters is basically like a tiny gremlin that controls a robot, and it's something.exe.
It's Rumble. It's basically Rumble, and that's not a new character. That was an alpha.
No, they came out with another character that's like that.
Oh my god, they've got two of those now. It's silly. Well, the reason I was mentioning AI is because Cash had something very interesting to kind of bring up to us today in terms of the future of AI, I guess.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff that's kind of popping around in like kind of upcoming technology is a lot of these like these big companies and stuff are experimenting with AI. So especially out in Japan, they have the ones who are very very lifelike. They look and act, and they can do facial recognition of like people that the AI is talking to, and actually can do response and stuff. And I think that's really interesting and cool.
Pass any Turing tests?
What is that?
The Turing test is where
You communicate
humans.
with an AI to see if you can tell if it's AI.
Oh,
Yeah.
like in Ex Machina.
Machina.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the Turing test.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the experiments and stuff that they've conducted with them. But there is a fellow who's actually did a like a little short paper. The guy's name is Roman Yampoliski, and he is from the University of Louisville. He also did this with Federico Pistono, and the paper is actually titled "Unethical Research: How to Create a Malevolent Artificial Intelligence." And so pretty
It's
much
iRobot all over again.
that's pretty much what they're getting around. Like, I mean, of course, you have like all these movies and stuff that, of course, spark this idea. Like, you have Terminator, AI, you have all these different movies where machines have just gone awry because of like either somebody programmed that way, or there was some kind of bug in them, or whatever that
Or they
caused them.
interpret their orders in a certain way. It's usually the one how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. So they pretty much did this paper, and they actually asked like some other people to like kind of get some input on there. And of course, like some of the actual findings were the people who would actually go and make these malevolent AIs would be maybe like military. This is all from Popular Science, by the way. So it goes to say military, which would develop cyber weapons and robot soldiers to achieve dominance. Governments, who could also do the same thing with the military, but also attempting to use AI to establish hegemony? I don't know.
Hegemony?
Hegemony?
Hegemony.
No, it's
No,
not
that's not
homogeny.
homogeny.
I think Doug's right.
It's Hegemony.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ender fan over here. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doug's like, back that shit up, boy. I
Yeah.
got this.
Hegemony. Hegemony. Yeah.
Hegemony, okay.
Yeah.
Control people or take down other governments, corporations.
Right.
Somebody correct us in the comments. Corporations who are trying to achieve a monopoly, destroying the competition through illegal means, and it also continues to include black hat hackers, villains, doomsday cults, and criminals, of course. So it's pretty much going to come down to like the point eventually in our lifetime where we're going to literally be living in a world where AI is going to be living amongst us. They're going to be like our maids and butlers or whatever. They're going to be like our assistants.
Just like Overwatch.
Well, like a year or so ago,
Just
I
like
remember
Warhammer
who
40
did it, but there was some like someone created. I want to say it's the creator of Facebook for some reason was starting to do research on how to make like his own J.A.R.V.I.S.
Interesting.
Yeah, where you can like control different like items, like your toaster. You could be like, hey, make me some like start the toaster or whatever.
If I had to go to J.A.R.V.I.S for something, the toaster would definitely be the thing.
I can't be bothered to make toast, Jarvis. Make me some toast.
I can't
Yes,
be bothered
sir.
to get out of the tub to drop the toaster in. Jarvis, please drop this in the tub for me.
Jarvis, please masturbate for me.
Of course, Mr. Stark.
Yes, I would have him call me Stark too. Actually, I'd have him call me Daddy, but whatever.
Yes, Mr.
It would
Daddy.
definitely have
Yes,
a male,
Mr. Daddy.
and he'd have a male voice, of course.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be British. It would.
No, it'd be Paul Bettany. I would hire Paul Bettany.
The one thing that kind of like sparked up also in this article and also kind of in my mind as well would be like what kind of like almost in the movie AI, what kind of protocols or algorithms or whatever are they going to put in the programs of these AIs to actually stop these things from just going ape shit nuts and just doing
Well, I
whatever
mean,
they
like,
wanted to,
they're-
just going on a killing spree or whatever. They
I'm
felt
sure
like
that
it.
they'll put something in there to keep them from doing that. The problem with that is, are the black hat hackers that'll just bypass that.
Yes, yeah, especially like if they, like I said, if they do come out in like everyday life, there are going to be those people who's like, you know what, that AI over there is supposed to be washing cars. What if he just started breaking windows instead? Just starts punching them all out.
Washes the entire car and then breaks everything.
Because like whoever's making them can put up as much firewalls as they want, whatever protection they want. There's always going to be someone who can break it.
But do they have malware bites?
Fuck you.
I actually watched something on the Discovery Channel. You can question its credibility there, but
iRobot.
this was a few years ago. They listed the
Ancient aliens?
top 10 ways the world could end. Anything from ozone going away and all of us burning to natural disasters. AI taking over. It's something hypothesized. I think they refer to it as the singularity.
The singularity. That's what it's
Oh,
called.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that
the
same
concept
show.
of AI taking over is a legitimate threat for the end of the world.
Oh.
It's up there with nuclear war.
Oh, yeah.
All hail our robot overlords.
So
hell to
Skynet,
homicide.
I'm down for helping.
Yeah,
Use me.
Tech Priests of Mars, sign me up.
Oh baby.
That's the one thing I am waiting for. I was like, I want to be a fucking cyborg, dude.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Let's draw the
I've told Ari plenty of times, if I had the option to cut my arms off and replace them with cybernetics, definitely. Take
Actually-
everything but my dick and make it cyber, and then make my dick cyber.
I would only have a cyber dick.
Yeah.
Just because I need something bigger than this.
Yeah, me too.
Cool.
Give me something that works, please.
Yeah.
I actually did see an article. There was a guy who had a prosthetic arm that it looked like that same kind of plastic look from the movie AI, like all the robots were made out of. He actually had a prosthetic like that, fully functional and everything. Like it's probably like one of the best ones that came out. I can't remember who developed it, but it looked super cool. But of course, this guy needed it. It's not just like, hey, cut off my arm so I can have a robotic one because it's cool. Bless you, Alex.
Yeah, Alex, bless you. Jesus, can you not sneeze in another
Can you
room?
not take your allergies somewhere else?
Can you stop monitoring our sound and sneeze somewhere else, please?
Our Jesus Christ.
Put
Alex.
it into the mic next time.
Yeah, dude. Alex does not seem pleased by our shenanigans.
Hell, I wouldn't be.
But another thing that was in the
Do you need a
article.
robot dick too?
He shook his head yes for all of you wondering.
That thing always stays hard.
Yeah.
But then another thing that was brought up in the article was the fact that, of course, a lot of things now are becoming automated. I mean, everything from building cars and stuff. Another huge
To check out in Walmart?
To making
well, yeah,
burgers.
that's what it
Wendy's-
is.
Wendy's is adding robots to all of their stores within the next year.
I mean, look at restaurants, for instance. You
Hold
got
the
you
fuck
got
up.
places where you can go to a
So, like, I'm gonna have iRobot cooking my burger now?
Yeah.
Like,
And giving you your burger and taking your money. Yes.
I don't
Within
know
the
how
next
I
year.
feel
You
about
got a
that.
source on
They've
that,
talked
Pumpkin?
about it.
I don't know how I feel about
You're gonna
that.
have driverless cars delivering you pizza.
Like, of all the fast food restaurants to do that, Wendy's is not the first one I would pick. Like,
That's-
I
yeah.
feel like McDonald's will do that first, because they have the kind of fucking money to do that, whereas Wendy's doesn't. I don't know fucking Wendy's business score or whatever, but like, I feel like
Business school.
I don't feel like they get enough money to invest into something like that.
TechInsider.io, well, for the iOS version, but Tech Insider did like a full article on it.
well,
But
Are you just
McDonald's
doing
is
a shout-out,
following.
or-
McDonald's is following close behind, and McDonald's actually has the kiosks already to like place your orders. So you don't have to actually talk to somebody.
Yeah.
But they still have people making the food.
well, McDonald's needs that because they're sitting there losing money right now.
Are they really?
Yeah. There have been like numerous reports lately where McDonald's is actually like taking huge hits in like profits and everything over the past like couple of
Maybe
years.
they need to come up with their own $4 for like
Four for $4.
Yeah.
Well, Wendy's also has their ordering app on your phone. You can actually order online now and pick it up at a
Yeah.
local.
Oh my
I say
God.
this like it's a restaurant, but you can pick up your food at a local Wendy's shop.
Wendy's
Why
hit
would
us
you
with
wanna
that
do
sponsorship.
It takes them like maybe 3 to 4 minutes to make a food, if even that.
Dude,
Unless you're ordering spicy nuggets.
Fast
In which
food
case
ain't
you-
fast enough.
Yeah.
Right.
We need faster food.
We need-
He was like,
Sam,
I'm gonna be there in 15
fastest.
minutes. Can you
Fastest
have
food.
me a biggie fry, a biggie shake, and a biggie burger?
The only time I
And it
order
better
that
be
is when
waiting
I'm
on me.
ordering like Chinese, because that does take a good while to make.
A lot of restaurant, like fast food places, have done that. I think Taco Bell is like one of the first places to actually do that. And I'm like, why? They're like, download our app and you can place orders through the app and come
not
pick
get-
it up. And I'm like, if you delivered it to me, cool. But I don't see the fucking point.
there's some McDonald's that deliver.
Really?
Yeah. There's
Burger
some out in
King
California.
delivered for a while too. I don't know if they still do.
Mexican food is almost
That'd be pretty
always cheap
Deliverable?
and fast, no matter where you dine.
Yeah.
Mexican food
I mean,
is
I
fucking
live with a
delicious.
Mexican, and I'm going to be marrying one, so she makes me some dank food.
Here
They're not
I
the same
come,
people.
I am
He's living with one and
Mexican.
marrying a different one.
He's very true about that.
But as
JK,
I was saying,
in case she's listening.
that was one
Can't
of the
let her know
things
the
that was
secret.
Here I come, I am Mexican.
God.
one of the things that they brought up was the fact that all the jobs in the world could essentially be automated through either AI or through machines, which
That
a lot of
sounds-
machines are now. But
Yeah.
Sounds like a terrible idea.
And
how?
say goodbye
Yes.
to all of our jobs.
That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
no. That's why I
That's-
think it's not
that's-
a bad idea. I think it's a great idea because you have a lot less fuck ups.
That's a really good
Yeah.
way for our economy to just fucking destroy itself.
Yeah,
It really is,
We've
but-
moved past the post-industrial era
And people are afraid of socialism.
into the service industry era. Like we provide services, but even that is being outsourced and automated now till the point that there will be no more jobs for the United States citizens.
And that's what
The
I'm saying.
only jobs that are going to be left are the
maintenance
the,
crew.
No,
No, not even.
because I
them.
was thinking
We're
about
gonna
that
have
today.
There's going to be
Maintaining
robots
robots?
that
Yes.
fix robots.
Look at it this way: you have
It's safer.
You have a facility. You have all your robots are doing all the jobs that a normal human being would do. You have, say, 2 maintenance bots or AI or whatever. They fix all those. One goes tits up. The other one goes fixing it. Boom!
Wow.
It's completely all self-sustainable.
That could be
we
almost
are-
considered like reproduction in a way. Like if we make an AI that can repair other AI,
It could create.
it could create its.
Yeah,
And
I
then
thought
like
about that
and
as well.
at that point we're like
Yeah.
reaching like Star Trek realm. At what point does it become sentient and get its own rights and get the right to vote and like become another like living species on the planet?
See, we're getting to the point of like the future people in WALL-E, where they're all floating chairs and robots take care of everything for them. Like, I mean,
that
it's,
life sounds fantastic.
Right?
The weird
It
thing
really
is, science
does.
fiction is pretty much writing itself as actual
Yeah.
It's almost
nonfiction.
science nonfiction.
Yeah,
That's
it's
because
actually
people-
coming true.
That's because instead of writing this and being like,
Prophets
"Oh,
of
that's
science
never going to
fiction.
happen," people are like, "We can do that. Why aren't we doing that?" And now they're doing it.
Yeah.
Why didn't
And-
they start with the lightsaber though?
Oh, dude, don't get started.
They're still working on it.
Yeah, there's a dude that made one that is like a
That was
flamethrower,
a
though.
flamethrower.
It
That
was
not a
cool as
lightsaber.
shit, though. It was cool as shit.
But we already have AI that, especially like the ones I was talking about earlier, the ones who are currently doing like the facial recognitions, can actually have full conversations. They're actually learning too. Like they have.
Wasn't there a
it's
company
set up
that
in the
made an
programming.
AI that ended
Wow.
up starting like being a terrible person because it took
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
it learned
I'm a
like
Trump fan. Yeah, they
Well,
loaded
what?
it. Yes, thank you. There was, I don't remember who it was. I'll look this up, but someone initiated an AI and gave it control of a Twitter account, and anyone could tweet at it. Within the first 24 hours,
remember this.
the Twitter account had become a Republican and a Trump supporter.
It,
And it was a racist too.
Wasn't it also
was
racing like a sailor?
yeah, it also
I'm gonna look this up now.
it also was for child pornography and Hitler.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what happens
Yeah.
when you give the power of the internet to like give them like the internet something like that. Why would you do that?
That
You
brings
should
up another.
know.
Who is this 4chan?
And he knows. He also knows all the
Hacker known
dankest
as
memes.
4chan.
But I was also thinking like, when does it come to the point like when we actually have these in our life and they start going way left field and they're like, oh well, we want to start producing ourselves, like start creating more of them since
Yeah.
of course can't actually naturally reproduce like a normal.
Well,
Like,
then,
Yeah, but
what
still,
if,
it's
what if people
reproduction.
start like falling in love with the personalities of the robots? Though?
That's
You know-
that's gonna be another weird thing. Like people
know,
actually
like,
like
robot
marrying
human marriage?
robots.
Robot
Yes.
It's
marriage?
like the episode of Futurama when Fry falls in love with that Lucy.
Proposition
Kiss bot.
Infinity. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the name of
Proposition
it. Proposition Infinity.
Robosexual relationship.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, that was a
Oh,
weird
no,
thing too.
They're in a
Well,
loop.
wasn't there like an iRobot part?
Real quick, on TheVerge.com. It took less than 24 hours for Twitter to corrupt an innocent AI chatbot. Yesterday, Microsoft unveiled Tay, a Twitter bot that the company described as an experiment in conversational understanding. The more you chat with Tay, said Microsoft, the smarter it gets, learning to engage people through casual and playful conversation. Unfortunately, the conversations didn't stay playful for long. Pretty soon after Tay launched, people started tweeting the bot with all sorts of misogynistic, racist, and Donald Trumpist remarks. And Tay, being essentially a robot parrot with an internet connection, started repeating these sentiments back to users, proving correct that old programming adage, flaming garbage pile in, flaming garbage pile out.
They should have known better.
That's
Well,
amazing.
the other thing was in iRobot. I'm pretty sure this is the right movie. Wasn't there like robot prostitutes?
There's a picture
think
here.
so.
of a
There was a
tweet.
movie that had robot.
There's a picture here of a tweet from it. We're going to build a wall and Mexico's gonna pay for it.
And it's from the AI.
That's from the AI. Oh god.
Oh, what was the AI's name again?
Tay.
Tay
The
for
official
president.
account is Tay Tweets.
Jeez.
49 million pesos to go.
I don't think it was an iRobot that they did that
I don't
because
know.
they all looked the same. They were all like they looked like a male.
there was one that had like they were like legitimate synthetic humans, I guess. Like they were robotic, but they looked human. I don't remember.
Was it
what
like
movie.
maybe Surrogate or something?
You're talking like Futurama?
No,
'Cause that was in
no. This was like a
Futurama.
movie. This was a movie.
No, it was a movie. It was starring a little
Surrogate
kid
had that.
who.
Yeah, I think
Surrogate was
Surrogate.
where they would go into like these like boxes and live through human-like machines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
Okay.
that.
And it was Bruce Willis.
It was a while ago. I can't remember what it was.
Surrogate was a while ago.
What are you talking
Well,
about? What's
they had
that
that-
movie? Well, I think it was Was it a Death Race movie where like since he was
It was not a Death Race movie.
no, what's the movie? It's got Jason Statham.
Let's
in it,
add
I'm
robot
pretty sure.
prostitute
It was
movie
AI.
to my
You're
search
thinking,
history.
you're thinking of AI. That was
You
Oh, it
It's-
already comes up.
I was about to say, you haven't already looked there?
That's a commonly searched thing on Google.
Wow.
I love it.
The name of the movie was AI, 2001.
That's probably what it is.
I remember the robot prostitutes. Because, come on, it's like Robot Chicken.
I clearly remember.
I
the robot
created a
prostitute.
sentient robot that can do multiple calculations. Can you fuck it?
What?
What? No, this is a breakthrough.
Can I put-
Can you fuck it?
Can I put my dick in it?
He'll just leave.
There was a, I think it was a Key and Peele sketch. I can't remember. It was either Key and Peele, or Saturday Night Live. But it was like they were unveiling the world's first female androids to like a group of male scientists, and like, but the only drawback is our customers keep putting their dicks where the vaginas are supposed to be.
Isn't that movie 43?
Movie
That
43.
might have
yeah.
been what it
It was
is.
movie 43.
But that's where
It was the eye.
It's like
And
It was
like
like the
eye chick or
iPhone,
whatever.
the eye chick.
People
Yeah.
get their dicks cut off because the fans were in the
Yep.
vaginas.
The best part was it was Richard Gere who was the CEO.
And-
So
and he-
Richard
That
Gere
brings
had
a
to
whole
tell
new meaning
people
to
not
instructions
say
unclear. Dick cutting fan.
Can I put my dick in it? You should put your dick in it.
There's a thing that in Fallout 4 as well. There's like there's a teacher or whatever in what's it called, Diamond City, and he actually falls in love with his assistant. What was the name of the female version of the Mr. Handy robot?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's got like an assistant one, but he's got a female voice. But of course, it doesn't look human at all. But he falls in love with it, and you can actually like
Convince them to fall, like
To
convince
get
her
them-
to
to
fall
get-
in love with him.
yeah, and they get
Well,
married.
you can choose. Like, isn't Curie
so weird.
also a
Robot marriage.
like a synthetic AI? And you
what?
can choose her as. A
You can
partner?
turn Curie into a human.
Yeah. Well, you turn her into a
A
Sith.
Sith, yeah.
Yeah,
What's Curie?
Curie is one of your partners in Fallout 4.
yeah, that's essentially. He was like that
Yeah.
model of robot or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't play Fallout 4.
But I was
Like
just
Red Tornado from Justice League.
shut up.
He's an android. Fuck you guys.
Get out of here, nerd.
It's like Android 18 from
What does this look like, a nerd podcast to you?
Yeah, but
Shut up.
Android
Just
18
go-
actually
Get out of
turned
here,
into a
nerd.
human.
Shut up, you don't know. You didn't watch the series.
Yeah, I did.
You-
Senron turns her into a human.
Who?
Fuck you.
Who does?
Shenron.
You said Sinron.
I
You
said
didn't watch
Shenron.
the series, you liar. You didn't even know the Dargan's name.
The Dargans.
Jeez, oh Pete.
But that's
Well, since we're talking about sciencey stuff, Jason, you had some sciencey stuff for us.
Yes, if anybody gets a chance, I don't know if anybody saw the link, maybe I'll post a link, but it's futuretimeline.net, and it's what certain scientists and intellectuals think the future will be like. You can click on specific years for events to happen.
That's awesome.
Wow. Cool.
It's just all speculation, but and like the next 30, 40 years, it's like one of them is white people are a minority in America. There are a minority in the UK are married couples. The population of Japan has decreased due to flooding, decreased to less than 100,000 people. Things like that.
Does it mention anything about AI robot overlords?
No, well, it does. It does later on. Like you can scroll forward to like hundreds of years in the future.
Damn.
And it's like this is
2020. Texting by thinking.
Yep. It's a lot of really cool stuff. Just like ideas that what will probably come to fruition is what these scientists think, and it's called futuretimeline.net. Highly
That's
recommended.
awesome.
But what I want to talk about science-wise is psychology related.
Oh,
And
hell yeah. Let's do this, boy.
Bring it.
Why do we hate spoilers?
Why do we hate
Oh.
spoilers?
Why do we hate spoilers? Have you ever liked a movie so much you went back and saw it a second time? Was that second time just terrible because you saw it the first time and you technically spoiled it for yourself?
No,
No?
because sometimes you actually find stuff that you may have missed the first time. Mm-hmm. But spoilers are like major plot points.
Yeah.
Stuff in a movie or TV show or whatever.
So the reason that we hate spoilers, or at least that I wouldn't say I don't hate spoilers, but I really sure as shit don't like them, is because it's kind of like what you were mentioning in our group chat. I like being able to see it kind of fresh for the first time and not go in having someone else's viewpoint clouding my vision. It's like that guy that we argued with on Facebook that was like, if you go into Suicide Squad thinking it's shit, then it's gonna be shit. Well, we don't think it's gonna be shit. We're not expecting it to be good because of what we've seen from past DC movies and from the trailers that they have released.
Extrapolating data.
You didn't even say that.
Okay, so we're gonna go on a little journey here through Courtney's love of movies. To answer your spoiler question.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, I'm gonna spoil a movie here.
No, feel free.
Is it older than 7 years?
Turns out that bald guy was Bruce Willis the whole time.
No, Charlie, that wasn't the. No. I watched The Prestige
Oh, hell yeah.
2007. I think was the year it came out or the year after it came out. It still is my favorite movie of all time. The reason that movie is my favorite, there's a bunch of reasons. It's Chris Nolan. I think he's a brilliant film writer, cinematographer, director.
Oh yeah, I concur.
Cast is stout.
Brain fucker as well. Let's add that to his list.
The cast is stout. I mean,
But
I love Christian Bale.
Yeah.
I
lets
love
you
Hugh
gentle.
Jackman, Andy Serkis. I mean, it had fucking
And
David
then goes in
Bowie.
hard when
Like,
he finishes.
David Bowie acting as Tesla. How can you not love
Yes,
that?
he played Tesla for love
And
of
it's,
God. Yeah.
and it's one of Nolan's older films, and his older stuff is really dark. Like his more recent things, like Inception or Interstellar, are kind of like about catharsis and how love transcends boundaries and all this positive thing. Where The Prestige is about how dark and corrupt human obsession is. But what really sold me on that movie were the twists. There was the two big ones at the end, and I'm actually not going to spoil them for those that haven't seen
I
the
will.
movie. No.
Okay.
Do it.
One of the reasons I love that movie is when I watched it and that scene hit me, and I made the realization myself. There is value in making that realization yourself.
It's almost like playing Sherlock Holmes when watching a movie.
Basically.
What was
Granted, they're basically telling you at that point, like, oh, he's this. And you're, oh my, but still, like, being there and seeing it. Whereas, like, if I hadn't watched it and someone's like, hey, Hugh Jackman clones himself, and I watched it, the movie would have lost so much impact.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, that's your own fucking fault because it's an old movie.
Well, I said spoiler alert, like,
Yeah.
a bunch,
Yeah.
so...
But
I
still,
feel like
if you
there's a-
continued listening and you were upset by this,
But,
get over it.
So, that movie's been a profound impact on my life. I've watched it easily 100 plus times.
So
I
with,
still hold other films up to it as far as, like, actual art of cinema and, like, how that film makes me feel. That film would not have the same resonance with me if someone had spoiled it for me.
really, okay.
Correct, yeah. And there's, on the topic of spoilers, and I said this in the group chat yesterday, there's something about fucking Game of Thrones fans that they don't care to spoil it for everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, social media, I'm going to assume everyone watches this show. Spoiler.
Same thing with Walking Dead, though.
Yeah, Walking Dead
Oh,
is
yeah.
shit. And there's a big difference there. No one
I
cares
stopped
about
watching Walking
It's-
Dead after the first season for a very good reason.
It's like
Wah,
20
wah.
minutes after they watch the Game of Thrones episode, and then they wait an hour, and then they show it again for the people that missed it the first time. But, like, it's like what Courtney was saying, like, social media just gets... I'm going to use this term, raped by spoilers for Game of Thrones. That's all my Facebook
And it's
Twitter
just
and
Game of
everything
Thrones.
is.
Like other shows, when Breaking Bad hit, people were courteous. They weren't
Yeah.
going on there like, oh, such and such happens. Oh, there's something about Game of Thrones.
This is the exact reason that I do not watch Game of Thrones. I've explained it
you
to
don't
everyone.
have to. We already
Because-
know that winter's fucking coming.
Well, yes. Now,
I don't watch Game of Thrones at all, but I know the entire fucking storyline because of social media.
I haven't
Yeah.
watched it at all, but I know Sean Bean dies because it's Sean Bean.
well, besides the
Doesn't someone
sarcastic
get their
answer,
dick cut off as
my,
well?
my real answer is because so many people watch it that they make the show not good for me. Like that, they make me not want to watch it.
Yeah, I'm wearing jeans and a Periphery t-shirt, which is a metal band, so I'm not a hipster at all. But I'm a bit of a fucking hipster when it comes to shows like that. If like there's a lot of fans and everyone's into it, I don't care for
For
it.
that,
I mean,
it's
I
more
wouldn't-
of just like me walking. Hey, do you watch Game of Thrones?
That's
Do you
why.
watch Game of Thrones?
That's why. It's
do you
not
watch Game of
trying to be
Thrones?
hipster.
Why don't
It's-
you watch Game of Thrones? You should fucking watch Game of Thrones.
It's
no,
the
Shove it
people-
down their
fuck up.
throat. Just
It's,
my game, my GOT.
it's the people that I talk to like every day.
Taste my lightning.
Taste my
Taste my
lightning.
lightning.
Taste my GOT.
It's like the people that I speak with every single day, and they know for a fact I do not watch Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead or read the graphic novel for that matter.
What's that saying
And they're
about
like,
religion?
Did you
It's
see?
nice to have a deck. It's good to be proud of it, but don't shove it down everyone's throats.
Exactly.
Okay, if you've ever read a book and then a movie came out, why would you ever see the movie? Because it's already spoiled for you.
Because for me, so Alex sitting over there, super film buff.
Oh, yeah.
Our buddy Corey, super film buff. Very talented filmmaking people.
Mm-hmm.
I have no filmmaking talent, but I love watching people that are good at filmmaking, and I adore it. So I like to watch movies based on books for the film art aspect of it.
Okay, so you
Same.
would say watching the film itself is a different experience than reading the book.
Exactly.
Even though you know what's going to happen according to the book,
Well,
it's a whole nother experience.
It's like I
is.
said, it's perceived differently.
So if someone were to say Bruce Willis was dead the whole time, and you're like, son of a... but you watch the movie anyway, you would still get to experience the whole film.
Again, this goes back to my thing with The Prestige. Some people take the meaning of watching that moment for themselves to heart. I do. There's a reason people throw around, Snape kills Dumbledore as a joke all the time. Because that's such a profound moment in the books, man.
Yeah.
And like watching it on screen, at that point, it's not even about revealing a plot point. It's about
It's heart wrenching. Almost.
we've got to this point. fans, here we go. This is that part of the story.
It's that emotional aspect of it. Like, it's a combination for me. It's the cinematography and everything, and the art of that went into capture that shot of this part of the book or whatever that they turned into a film or a TV show. But it's also experiencing that big spoiler that turns a complete TV show around, or is like your favorite character's dead or whatever it may be. It's just that emotional rush you get. You've fallen in love with these characters, or this has been like something that you've predicted, and you're like, oh shit, I saw that from the very beginning, and you just get that emotional feeling. You're just like, oh fuck, that's awesome.
Okay, so here's another example of spoilers affecting a movie, and it actually goes in hand in hand with our AI talk. Who here has seen Terminator Salvation? Not a soul.
I probably have and just don't remember.
Okay, it was the one with
Didn't we
Christian
watch
Bale.
Oh,
It was the
yeah.
one with Christian Bale.
Yeah, you mean watch.
No.
Okay. Speaking as a Terminator fan, I thought that was the strongest one since T2. I thought it was actually a very good film. McG, the director, shot it very well. You know, he hinted at the originals very well, but still going on his own path. They broke free from the fucking going back in time to kill John Connor thing, and I was so happy about that.
Oh yeah.
I watched the trailers for it before it came out, and those of you who've seen the trailers, you know where I'm going with this. They spoil a massive plot point in the trailers. They show that Sam Worthington's character is a robot, is a machine.
Okay,
And you don't have a clue about that through the whole movie.
Okay.
You're curious
wow.
why he's alive, but the idea of him being a machine never kicks in until about a little over halfway through the movie. They show, haha, he's a machine.
The big reveal was less revealing.
That dampened the impact of the movie for me because they showed it in the trailer, and that's the reason I don't watch trailers anymore. For spoilers and for misdirection. Thank you, Age of Ultron trailers. But,
Yeah.
you know, I still really like that movie. I enjoy it. Criticize me on that if you want, but I would have enjoyed it more if I didn't see that spoiler in the trailer.
Yeah.
I think
For sure.
going back to the initial question of why would you watch the movie after reading the book goes to what Cash was bringing up. Like with Harry Potter, I know that I read the books,
Oh, me too.
fell in love,
Oh.
watched the movies, was even more in love with the series because I had my own mind of what the characters looked like and the scenes and how certain scenarios played out. And then seeing how the directors and everybody just took it a completely different direction than what I was imagining, and they made it perfect, just completely blew my mind. So that's why
A big
yeah,
reason I
it's-
watch the movies
it's like a
after I read
yearn
the
for
books is to how to pronounce their freaking names.
yes, definitely.
Hormone, okay? Hormone.
Hermione.
No, Hermione. All right, well there you go.
Hermione.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice to see those characters being actually like brought to life and having like an actual.
For me,
image
it's a
that's
lot
in.
of just seeing someone else's perspective on something. Because I have read the Ender's Game book 300 times over,
And
and,
for
I
what-
have my own built-in picture of how everything looks. Whenever I watch the Ender's Game movie, like specifically the one that sticks out to me is like the battle room that they have. I imagine something totally different
And from
than
what
what
Doug
the
has told
director
me
did.
of it, I do as well now.
And as much as they changed in the movie, they did a really fucking good job of like making a movie that to me stuck to the book kind of, but like also was good on its own.
Yeah.
And doesn't necessarily have to have any kind of sequels, just a fucking good movie.
It's
Good
funny
flick,
going
yeah, I
off
concur.
of that. We're all familiar with our good friend Michael Messer. He told me a story once where he read The Hobbit and then walked in one day on someone watching Lord of the Rings. I think this is when Fellowship just came out on DVD, and he didn't know it was Fellowship. He didn't know it was Lord of the Rings, and he looks and goes, "Oh my God, this person totally ripped off Tolkien. Look at those houses." And the guy was like, "Dude, this is Lord of the Rings." Michael tells me that story to say that, like, in his mind, Peter Jackson imagined the Tolkien universe exactly how Michael would. Like, he nailed it. And I've heard that from a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have not read the books. I'm a fool there. I own them even. I haven't read them.
They're just
But
As do
I've
I.
heard,
Definitely read
I've
The
heard
Hobbit. That's
Peter
like
Jackson
one of my favorite
nailed
books.
that universe, at least for the Lord of the Rings films.
No, I think I only read The Hobbit. I have the rest of the series, but I just haven't bothered.
I have all of them. They're still in the plastic wrap. I'm
Who
a
was
bad
that?
person.
Justin Timberlake?
The Hobbit's phenomenal. I haven't read any of the other Lord of the Rings books, which kind of is like almost a counterpoint to your question, Jason. I've read The Hobbit and of course watched the movies since they've been brought out. But I remember back when I was like in 5th grade when the Lord of the Rings movies were coming out, I've watched all the Lord of the Rings movies, but I have not read any of the actual Lord of the Rings books.
Yep.
And I feel like that's almost like a counterpoint to it. Is would you go and read the books if you've already seen the movie?
Better.
Because it's technically like a spoiler in that sense as well.
Better
Yeah.
counterpoint, if we're going off of, since a lot of our answers have been about perception of the movie or perception of the book, would you rather read the book yourself and get your own idea of what the characters sound like and the scenes are set up, or would you rather have the book on tape, where you've got the old British man reading the book to you and doing the voices, or the British woman, or whatever?
I'd rather read it myself. I'd also like another question to add to this is, would you rather see the movie or read the book first? I'd rather read the book first because I feel like if I watch the movie first, it kind of gives me like these predetermined things, and it takes away from my creativity of getting into that world myself.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't get like enveloped by the world
Like
if
where,
you've already
where I've
seen
seen
the
the
movie
Lord of the
because
Rings
world
movie,
exists.
I now have no desire to read the books whatsoever.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
that's what's
that
happened to
makes
me.
sense.
Because it's
You just get desensitized almost.
yeah, it takes 3 hours to sit there and watch a movie, whereas it takes you a couple days to probably read a book.
Doug, to that, I actually have an interesting counter. I saw some of the Harry Potter films before reading any of the books. The first one I saw was actually the sixth one, the Half-Blood Prince. Confused as fuck, of course.
Yeah.
I went with some friends who got in. One of them worked for movie theaters, so we got in for free, and it was like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Nothing. So I went, confused, hated it, yada yada yada.
Has never liked Harry Potter since.
I own all the books.
He's
They're all
glad Snape
hardback.
killed Dumbledore.
Anyways, and I actually ended up seeing some more of them, including the fourth one, Goblet of Fire. And I didn't like any of the movies, except for the final ones. I felt like Deathly Hallows were actually well done films.
Yeah.
But I saw all the movies before reading any of the books. I started reading the series, start to finish. I got through it all. The fourth book in particular, Goblet of Fire, so different from the movie. Like that's it's one of the bigger books in the series. I think it's
The
third
fourth
biggest.
and the Order of Phoenix one, as far as the books
I keep
go,
saying third,
are
yeah.
so like they're huge like plot points. Like that is the
It's
that's
the
the
climax
meat
of the
of like
series.
the entire series.
Prisoner of Azkaban and the Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire, my favorite.
Both those
hands
books
down.
are so different from the movie. There's so much more, and like I watched the movie of both, and I was like, okay. I read the books. I read Prisoner of Azkaban in the day because I was glued to the pages. It had me. I read Goblet of Fire, and it blew my mind. And I've seen the movie since, and other movies pale in comparison. So I guess it really depends on how well the film adaptation is.
Didn't J.K. Rowling actually have a part in actually writing for that movie?
Yeah, she was involved in the creation of the movie.
And
Producer.
that's so weird because she
No, not a
like
producer.
had a means of like saying it, but she's pretty much gotten to the
Creative
got to the
console.
point where
Let me look at
she
her.
cut out
I walked
huge
in.
parts of the movies that weren't in the book, and I thought like this movie would have been so much better if they had left that one point in or this one.
Speaking of spoilers, I walked in on like a episode of Lost one day. My older sister was watching
God.
it. It was a Hatch episode specifically. I'm like, what the hell are you guys watching? And I sat down and I watched the whole thing. And I started watching Lost from the beginning. Shortly after that, I didn't feel like the series was spoiled for me because it was a pivotal episode, and I didn't feel like the series was spoiled. I still enjoy the series, and I will rewatch it again. I've seen it 2 or 3 times, and I'm going for number 4 here soon. But,
I mean, you could also
We're
go
about
with
to start.
that.
yeah.
You could always go with that though, as there's so many pivotal points in Lost that if you saw one ahead of the time, then you've only seen one of like the 20 that there are.
20 plot arcs. Yeah, you've seen
Yeah.
one of 20 different plot arcs.
It's like watching a M. Night Shyamalan movie.
But my
Quick plug real quick. J.K. Rowling was a producer on the film.
Producer.
shit.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. But my question to you is: so you just walked in there watching an episode of Lost, right? Had you been watching it before then?
No, never seen it before.
See, that to me would just almost start intriguing you to watch the show. But more of a spoiler would be, oh, I either plan on watching this, like you've already been like planning on it, or you've already been watching it and you're like, oh, well, I had to work when that episode came on, I didn't get to
Or
see
it's
it.
the last episode.
Yeah. See, I feel like that can be like a point of intrigue to actually get you into watching that show or whatever.
That's kind of like with the Dexter series. Because I hadn't seen it, and Courtney had been telling me and Ari to watch it for so long. But he had prefaced, the last season will make you hate either yourself for wasting so much time, or the entire series.
Oh no,
And
it's
so-
both. I hated both.
And so I watched all of it, and I loved it. I loved every single. There were points, and I'm not generally a squeamish person, but there were points where I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna sit here and look at my phone real quick, Ari, because this is really fucking gross.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert: the whole show's gross. But like,
Spoiler alert, there's
He's-
blood in it.
when I got to the last season, I think it was season 8 is the last season.
Season 7 is pretty trashy. Season 8 is literal visual garbage.
Yeah, season 8 came along, and I remember me and Ari had been like binge watching it for a few weeks. And season 8 came along, and we were like, okay, let's take a break and watch something else. And then we came back to it, and we're like, okay, good. I'm glad we took a break. This is awful. This is literally terrible. And I just heard recently that they're actually starting another series with Dexter. Where
I read an article. I can't tell you the website off the top of my head, but it was basically saying there are rumors of
Yeah.
a continuation of Dexter coming up. Nothing confirmed.
which is crazy.
But I mean, the way that series ended, that's not how a series should end.
No. Oh my god, no.
I am. You know what? I'm not going to spoil it. Watch the show. Hate yourself like I did.
Yeah. If you watch the show, you deserve to feel how we feel with that.
It's so weird because I always hear people just saying, "Oh, watch Dexter." He's like, "I've watched all and how long
Oh
have you ever been at it?"
no! It's good. Like season 4, the Trinity Killer series.
So
oh
good.
my god!
Oh,
Who
Julia
was that?
Stiles.
It's the guy from 30 Rock and
Yeah.
Sun. What's his name?
I can't remember the name. Of the
John
actor.
Lithgow.
Yeah,
Yes.
John Lithgow. That's what it is.
Lithgow. Yeah,
Lithgow.
yeah,
John
that's
Lithgow.
it.
God, he's amazing. He's so good.
Whole season, I watched that. Their seasons, their episodes ran 55 minutes, and their seasons ran 13 episodes. I watched the whole season in a day.
Yeah.
I could not stop. I had a day off, and I was like, "Well, what am I going to do today? Fuck! I'm going to watch the best season of this show."
Yeah.
It was phenomenal.
It was really good.
And then you get to season 8, and you're like, "Huh, this is the same show, right?"
I'm gonna watch one episode a month because this is white hot
This is
garbage.
torture.
You can take our opinions how you will and think our opinions are shit, such as the child tried to argue with us on Facebook about some things.
Oh dear.
But make your own assumptions about the series, but just know that this is a solidified fact about season 8 of Dexter. It is white hot garbage.
And we're not sponsored by Showtime.
We're not.
The fans have spoken.
Well, we have been going for quite some time, filling your ears with our hot, luscious voices. Cash, you know what time it is, don't you?
It's Cash's question of the.
It's Cash's question of the week. What you got for us today, Cash?
Okay, my question for the week is: what superpower would you want if you ever could? Since we talked about like superheroes and stuff last week, so pretty much the way I'm going to base this up, you can choose a superpower. I'm going to actually allow you to have up to 2. And
What a gracious God you are.
Yes, I am. These are my rules. This is my question. I get to do what I want. So you get to pick up to 2 superpowers, but you cannot choose all the superpowers as being one of them. Because
You can't have
fuck
Superman
you and
powers.
fuck that.
Yeah.
Because fuck you and fuck that.
The second one is you can't like absorb other people's powers or learn them or
You
whatever.
can't be rogue.
Fuck that. That's
Can't be
dumb.
rogue.
Can't be rogue
You
from
can't.
X-Men.
Also, bonus question: what would your superhero name be?
Okay, so we'll do superhero name first and then superpowers. We'll start with Jason.
My superhero name is actually my stripper name. It's Sugarcane.
Yes! Oh my god. Lay it on us, Jason.
Okay, I just love that name. My work-related superpower is the sobering touch. I'm a bartender, and I would like to, touch somebody and, all their inebriation is just gone. They're
Wow,
completely
get the
sober.
fuck out
That's
of
The
very
sobering
creative.
touch. It would make it very difficult for me to get laid, but
Just like as soon as, hey baby, what am I doing?
yeah.
So it's no different from now. Okay.
And
Can we just let Jason say his? Because I'm done already.
and my legitimate make a wish upon a falling star superpower would have to be teleportation, like jumper style. Just think of a place.
Would you have okay?
And I would use this for so much evil.
Better question. Better question.
That's bonus points right there. Would you use it for good or evil?
Okay, better question. Do you want it to be jumper style where you can see a postcard of a place and go there, or do you want it to be like Nightcrawler style where you have to have been there or at least envision where you might land?
I feel like Nightcrawler is more realistic, but jumper
No,
style.
it's not. Nightcrawler goes to a different dimension and pops out on the other side.
We
He's
didn't say
he's
what-
like Warp Spider.
Oh God, good lord.
We didn't talk about the origin of how you get to that point. It's a
That's why I'm
superpower.
asking
It
though,
doesn't
because
matter.
there's two
You can do
different
whatever you
types of teleport. Actually, there's lots of different types of teleportation. So you want the jumper kind?
I want the jumper gun.
Hell yeah.
I can look at a picture appear there. Hello, bank vault. Goodbye, money.
We'll sell T-shirts.
Yeah, so that'll be our
want.
first
Would you
t-shirt.
be able to teleport with other things? Like if you touch something or someone, could you
Yeah.
could they teleport with
I mean,
I
you?
you
like
can
that you're
jump.
taking it with you. Otherwise, I would just appear naked in Times Square.
Well, I mean, that's gonna be the gift. You have your clothes,
Yeah.
or you have to have like your
You're
own super
touching
suit
it.
that
Yeah.
works.
All right.
Hello,
Well,
Jason's penis.
since
Goodbye,
we,
freedom.
while we recover from Jason's stripper/superhero name and powers, Doug, what would yours be?
I have no clue what my name would be, but I would want to breathe fire.
You get 2 powers.
That's all I want.
Okay, so Doug wants to.
breathe fire and breathe more fire.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's just
Breathe-
super fire.
Breathe fire and be able to change the color of said fire.
Oh damn. Okay.
Go,
Fair enough.
customizable.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get,
So-
at least get a job to do pyrotechnics and shit for 4th of July and at raves and shit.
So we'll come back to you on
And
that.
here comes Doug the Magic Dragon.
There it is. That's your superhero name. Doug the Magic Dragon.
Bro, we get it. You vape.
Yeah, he does. Zachariah, do you know?
I do. I don't know of a name, but I have
Sir
always.
Chinnigan.
Sir Chinnigan? Yeah. No, I would be. No, I'm not gonna say it. You guys told me I couldn't be super racist, so I'm not going to. So my superpower would actually... I've always been intrigued by cold and, like, frost. Whatever the dude's name from X-Men that can make ice walls and turn himself into
Frozone?
ice. No, that's...
Where's my super suit?
Iceman?
I think that's his name. Is
Yeah.
it Iceman?
It is Iceman.
I've always been intrigued
Frozen.
by that. So mine would definitely have to be the power over producing and controlling ice. And then...
So technically, you and Doug would be like arch nemesis then.
Fire and
kind
ice?
of.
Fire and
Because
ice.
he would be working for Magneto and I would be a part of the X-Men.
There you go.
Except I would win like he always does because I can produce ice and he can only control fire. Fucking
No,
nerd.
Doug said he's gonna breathe fire.
Yeah.
Therefore,
He's-
I am producing fire.
Yeah,
Fuck
he's
you.
producing it.
I was going off lore from the X-Men. Fuck you guys.
This is an X.
My second power,
This is
however,
Sexman.
would be to implant thoughts. I would be able to control ice and implant thoughts into people. Not so much make them do shit, but be like, we were never here, Water Tribe. And then I'd be out, and they'd be like, they were never here, and why am I thinking Water Tribe all of a sudden?
I like that. It's kind of
Almost
just
like the 2010 Christopher Nolan film Inception. Sorry, I love Chris Nolan.
Almost like it, but with more ice.
Or like a Kilgrave.
Oh, shit. Oh, Kilgrave, bro.
Yeah, I was
Dude,
thinking,
bruh.
Jessica Jones, Kilgrave.
Yeah.
Cash, your power. Go.
My name would be Brain Freeze. Holy shit, there it is.
I feel like that's been used before, but
I don't care, that's amazing.
Isn't that a proc in World of Warcraft?
Does it matter? It's also what you get when you drink a Slurpee too
Dang it.
fast.
Cash.
All right, so for my two, superpowers, first of all, I would want to do time control.
Oh,
would be
hell yeah.
mine.
Like Time Wizard from Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, bro. That's where I got the idea from, bro.
Would you also be Elder Dragon? Or
Yeah,
Baby
bro.
Dragon and then turn into Elder Dragon?
Yeah, bro. So that would encompass everything from being able to speed up time, slow time, freeze time, travel through or back into time. So you're just
Creates
like,
the rule of you can't have all the powers, gives himself all the
It's
powers.
all about it's time. It's around fucking time. So that would also actually kind of does kind of work that way because I was thinking about the teleportation thing. It's not gonna be instant, but if I freeze time, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna walk over here.
It
I'm
would
technically
appear
like
to
teleporting
others.
to other people.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa, bro.
You could also set people on fire and make them think that you did that magically.
So
You're
I think
giving
I
yourself all the
yeah, I think I may have
powers.
cheated. Just a
Fuck
little
you,
bit.
think of a different power.
No, he didn't cheat. He just found a loophole.
Yeah, bro.
I
Everything.
misinterpreted the rules.
There's always loopholes, and I found all of them. My second one, I've always liked the whole like regeneration thing. I don't know. I'm sorry. I've always been a Deadpool and Wolverine fan. So the whole healing factor.
Listen
things,
to him. You can't have all the superpowers, gives himself all the good superpowers.
You could choose anything. No, your superpower couldn't be, oh, I can do anything and everything. That's what the fucking thing. I'm gonna Charlie horse you.
Don't, I farted. Oh, you'll scare me. I'll fart.
The weird thing is I actually thought the bonus question for the superhero name, but I don't have one.
Aw, really?
Way to go.
All right, let's see.
It's
Your
gonna be
your
cash
powers
money. I'm just
are-
gonna go with what everybody calls me.
Your superpowers are gonna be time.
Time heals all wounds.
There you go. There it is. That's it.
No.
That's it.
That could be your catchphrase.
Time heals all wounds.
It could be.
Band-Aid. It's like a Band-Aid, but he's a man. I don't know. I'm shooting from the hip here.
And you're hitting it right on target. Well, we'll think of it.
We'll think of it later.
Courtney,
Courtney,
what
what
are
do
your
you
Okay.
powers, man?
So I got the name. It was given to me by my dear friend Bobby Messer a few years ago when some woman said I was stupid, and I fired back and I basically made fun of her boyfriend, her life choices. Basically,
So
she
you
hit me with like a level 2 attack, and I fired back with a full level 2.
You completely just berated this
Yeah.
bitch.
So he called me the Harbinger of Tears.
Ooh.
So I'll go by that. My first power would be telepathy, just because that'd make road rage so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy's doing 5 below the speed limit. Throw out of the way. Blah, blah, blah. That'd be a lot of fun. And I'd never have
You
to
mean-
move again.
You mean telekinesis?
Telekinesis.
Oh yeah, telekinesis. My bad. The second one, we can add it to the roster of the elementals over here. Fire and lightning out of my fingertips.
Hell yeah, dude.
That would go with the Harbinger of Tears part of me. I would just.
The ability to make someone cry on command.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You are sad.
I've always wanted the fire lighting out of my fingertips, and today, science place is like, we need volunteers for this. I'm signing up. Y'all probably see the last of me. I'm gonna die. Who gives a fuck? Lightning out of my fingertips. A quick little supplement, and Jason Harbin is to thank for this. A few years ago, I was at work, and it was pretty dead, and I was talking with some fellow employees, and we were all like, let's come up with superpowers for the staff, but
I
that
remember
fits
this.
the personalities.
Remember this?
Jason came up with the power for me that anytime I wish ill will on someone, it comes true.
Yes.
And that is a beautiful representation of who I am. Jason, thank you for understanding me.
Jeez.
it's like you are almost foreseeing the future, but you're making that future happen. Like,
Again, Harbinger of Tears.
Yeah.
Cash, you come up with a name yet? Lightning round. Alex, what would your name and superpower be?
His power would be cats. His name would be Cats.
I would shoot dogs out of my butt.
Yes.
Quickly, get the dog cannon. Pick up Alex.
Did you think of a name yet?
No, we're gonna skip it. I'm not creative. I'm bad.
Thank you guys for listening. We do really appreciate it. If you do have a Cash's question of the week, feel free to give us hints and ideas, or even a question of your own. We'll feel free to leave that and we'll answer it for you. Thanks for stopping by.
Toodles.
See you next time.
Peace.
Taste my lightning!
It's like went so hard.
Taste my lightning!
That's what I usually tell women.
The cheese is so hard.
Taste my lightning! Wowzers, Batman. Bowzers, Batman.